Welcome back. A wee little correction here. He played almost 1,400 games for the Vancouver Canucks, but tonight fans are saying goodbye to Trevor Linden. The man known as Captain Canuck is officially calling it quits. Well, 3 years ago, we ran a series on the 7 greatest Canucks and had an online vote for you to decide who is the greatest of all. Well, Trevor Linden won that easily. So we thought we'd show you a part of that series once again.
Vancouver Canucks are pleased to use our first pick, a proud Westerner, Trevor Linden.
You could see that he not only had some skill as a player, but he had some leadership skill as well. And to me, that's probably the real foundation for his success as a National Hockey League.
Anytime you come to National Hockey League camp, it's really exciting. You get to, put on the Canuck jersey, and you got some great players here. Stan Schmiel, Barry Peterson, guys I've watched for a long time, and now I'm trying to be their teammates. So it's a really good feeling.
Trevor Linden came to the Canucks from Medicine Hat just months after he won the Memorial Cup with the Tigers. He was chosen second overall in 1988, and he was something Vancouver fans had never seen before, a draft pick who paid immediate dividends. He scored 30 goals in his rookie year, led the team in power play markers. He was the first rookie Canuck to be named team MVP. All of that at the age of 18.
The thing I remember most about 18-year-old Trevor Linden is that he was mature beyond.
I remember meeting him in draft day in Toronto. I mean, Trevor was a player that was confident in who he was, but he wasn't in any way arrogant.
He is the kind of kid you thought would become a captain and did.
He's an 18-year-old coming in. He's a little early to come in here. Can he handle it? And Trevor always had the size, but he wasn't filled out like he is now. And can he handle it? Can he handle those battles? Can he handle the wear and tear? And it wasn't one day that he could not. He came and he paddled, and he made himself a better player by listening and working on things every day with Trevor.
With that in mind, it's not much of a surprise he became captain at the age of 21.
Now, we did foist it very young on him, the captaincy. And there were times that I wondered whether we put too much on his shoulders right away. But he sure grew into it. And as our team got better, I mean, it just, hindsight, it wasn't a bad decision. But for a while, when we still weren't a very good team, you thought maybe this is too much for him. And he just showed that it wasn't too much for him. And like I say, as our team got better, as we filled in some holes, I mean, he was the right leader for us.
He was clearly one of the main reasons for the magic of 1994. From keeping the Canucks alive in round 1 against Calgary with an overtime goal in Game 6,
Trevor Linden scores in overtime,
through to Game 7 against the Rangers, where he scored twice in a 3-2 loss.
got the puck at center to Trevor Linden, trying to get loose, coming in on goal. He scores!
Had Vancouver won the Cup, Kirk McLean probably wouldn't have won the Conn Smythe Trophy as the MVP, but a lot of votes would have gone to Trevor Linden. And he had so many great games, including Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, when he scored the Canuck goals and just gave everything he possibly could.
The disappointment of losing the Cup in 1994 was nothing compared to being traded in 1998 to the Islanders for Todd Bertuzzi. Linden as a New York Islander, Linden as a Montreal Canadian, Linden as a Washington Capital. It never looked right. Over 400 players worn the Canucks sweater since 1970, but nobody's ever fit quite as well as Trevor's did.
Maybe it helped him to go away for a while and come back. I don't believe that. He should have been, in my opinion, he should have been a Canuck for his whole career. But it happened, and as far as a young man and a valuable player for that organization, he'll go down as one of the best Canucks ever.
We
we knew this day was coming. We knew it on the final night of the regular season, Trevor Linden's retirement. It was forecast by a sellout crowd that night back in April when they stayed until the end of a horrible game to say goodbye to the most beloved man to wear a Canuck uniform. When he made it official today, he admitted that that impromptu farewell was one of the signs that it was time for civilian life.
I think that after my last game, I got a pretty good hint from the fans that they were saying, you know, thanks a lot, but it's time to move on. But no, you know, I think that I just took some time after the season, and you're always kind of looking for that thought or feeling that it's not right, and I never got that. And then I contacted our dentist, Dr. Norden, and once you do that as a professional hockey player, you know, you're probably not going to get back on the ice again.
Don't want to risk those teeth again, that's for sure. Trevor Linden is a rarity, not just in hockey, but in sports. He's been given unconditional love by fans of the Canucks. For some coaches, he was the player they always wanted. For some parents, the son they wanted. For some guys, the best friend they ever wanted. And for some women, he was their Prince Charming. In a game that is often more religion than sport, he was a living, breathing saint. But all we know about Trevor Linden is what we saw on the ice mainly, and sometimes off with his charity work. But we wanted to know more, get some secrets about him from those who know best.
Oh, you know what? One thing, that the answers he gives you guys about things are the same ones he gives his family.
And executed the type of game we wanted to execute. There's lots of games. We've got our sights set on what's ahead of us, too. We got to regroup and have a big week next week.
How's that? How's that? So we have no inside track.
Completely computer illiterate. I'm still showing him how to use his BlackBerry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a great dancer. Yes.
Over the years, he's kind of put away his golf sticks and he wants to take up fishing a little more. So I think he's a closet fisherman. Hey, it's just.
I think cycling's his big thing, though. He mountain biking, road racing.
Clean freak. Absolute clean freak. Like, it's hilarious because we make so much fun of him. When he wipes the countertops down, he actually gets down low so he can see the angle like a hood of a car. Make sure it's completely clean.